My name's Ibrahim Sincere. I'm 22. I'm a poet, a writer. I was born in Kenya. My family is from Somalia, and my ancestry or my heritage is mixed Somali and Indian. Yeah, that's about it. I used to rap, so I started writing lyrics when I was like 12, 13. Them times we still obviously, or even in general, used to listen to a lot of the big artists at that time, a lot of rap artists, and as a younger, you just kind of want to imitate what you hear and what popular culture is. So I would, I'll try to write rap lyrics. Up until I was about 15, 16, I started to mature myself, so my writing evolved, and I started looking into different methods. I watched a lot of Deaf Poetry Jam, and so I started writing in a poetry style as well. I think being both Somali and Indian gives me a very diverse or unique cultural experience. For example, a lot of the time in Somali communities they would consider me Indian, and in Indian communities they would consider me Somali. So it's like you're neither here nor there. And obviously in the UK you're not white, so you're not really part of that community. But what it has done is allowed me to be more comfortable in having that diverse mix and embracing both cultures, taking the good from both cultures, understanding both of them. Yeah, so I would describe myself as a Black and Asian Muslim, and so you get a lot of discrimination and a lot of racism, but it builds you as a person, it makes you empowered, and it makes you love your people and your culture even more. As for the way Islam is portrayed in the media, I think we all know the way that it's portrayed in the media. We know that there's an agenda. Not only is there an agenda, but the media has always been racist and biased towards different groups, and now Islamophobia, as they call it, is just another branch of racism, because it's a growing phenomenon, or it has been a growing phenomenon for so many years, which is not European and not white, and so Islam is being subjected to much racism and much hostility from the media, which is run by the elite in this country or in the West. Yeah, I think that paintings or the graphic design that I do is just another way of creatively expressing myself. A lot of the time with art and graphic design, I'm able to just be completely free and just expressing myself or doing what I think looks nice. Because I think that when I do poetry or when I rap or whatever you want to call it, I see it as me using my talent to promote a good message, and I do that with my graphic design or my paintings as well. But sometimes, obviously, just as an artist, you just want to create something that looks nice, and it is very important to me. I don't get much time in between studies and stuff like that to paint or to do pieces of art, but you know, especially with the smartphones now, I've got a big phone, I've got a pen, so whenever I'm bored on a train, I just draw something up on my phone. Obviously, traditionally, as a Muslim, you would cite I would cite my influences or my inspiration, of course, as a prophet was part of his family. As for the contemporary world or the modern world, I would say my primary influence is Malcolm X. I read reading his autobiography, basically pretty much it changed my life. Other individuals like Huey Newton, Patrice Lumumba, these people are easily role models for myself. Muhammad Ali, I love Muhammad Ali. And then there are different type of influences. You get like poetic influences, for example, Amir Suleiman. I think Nas is very talented poetically. I used to listen to a lot of Immortal Technique, Omega. So you know, musically inspiring is it. I guess is a different category, or politically inspiring would be a different category. I like to be remembered as someone who gave more to the world than he took from it. it's hard to measure how much you give to the world and how much you take from it, I guess, but I like to think that all human beings, we have a responsibility to this world, and we have been given certain resources within ourselves and externally as well in our environments, so that we can, again, as cliche as it sounds, help to make the world a better place, actually contribute to the world and leave a mark on the world where you contributed to it rather than just taking and taking and taking. 5 years, hopefully I'd have a family, I'd be settled down, I'd be secure financially, but hopefully I would be able to increase my audience, venture into bigger things like do more writing, maybe write a book. I don't know if that's going to take me 5 years or 10 years, but I plan to do it someday. Yeah, and hopefully a lot of traveling. I want to do a lot of traveling and see more of the world because I haven't seen as much as I want to.